Hello everyone, and welcome back to our first ever Iris Core live stream. The previous one had some technical issues. We were escorted out of our room because it is past our curfew. But now we're in a safer place. We are kind of in the outdoor, so the audio might sound a little bit echoey, but rest assured everything is fine. So Iris Core, what are we about? So we are a bunch of MMU students in the Faculty of Creative Multimedia, and this is one of our assignments for our Creative Multimedia subject. This is our final assignment, which is to go live, and I am the leader of the Iris Core program, the Iris Core YouTube channel, the TikTok channel, the Instagram channel, and the Facebook page. Did I mention Facebook page? And Instagram. With me, I have is my friend Sarwin, who's also the one of the members of Iris Core. Let's say hi.
Hi guys.
He is taking care of the stuff behind the scenes. He is keeping the stream running. So, Iris Core, our theme is mostly related to photo editing, photo transformation, I guess. Mostly related to Adobe Lightroom and Adobe Photoshop. Mostly related to Lightroom though, because it's mainly based on photo editing or photo enhancing, if you will. So in this live stream, I'm going to show you guys how to perform certain edits that we've already shown you guys, but this time we're going to give you a more detailed and thorough explanation on how to make those edits. Like for example, this is a picture of me. I'm going to Thanos snap myself into in existence, and I'll show you guys how easy it is to make that sort of an effect. And later on I will go to Lightroom to show you guys how to create this image of my apartment, and I'll help you guys I'll help show you guys how to turn this into a cyberpunk piece of art. So yeah, when it comes to photography, right, I view, or at least Iris Core views it as like, how should I put this? The common man usually thinks photography is just a snap and click, and you're done. Like you take a good picture and you're done with it. You've created a piece of art. When in reality, taking a picture is merely just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more that comes after taking a picture. Most of it is editing, and that's where usually the magic happens. If you've taken a bad picture, it doesn't necessarily mean that your journey with photography is over. You can also, with the power of editing, you can turn, I guess, someone's poison into gold, I guess. I'm not good with quotes. So, for this live stream, like I said, I'm gonna select subject. Thankfully, with the latest version of Photoshop, we don't really have to use the lasso tool to manually select the subject here. Instead, Photoshop has provided us with this select subject tool. We can just click on it. It will take a short while. It's taking a long while. My laptop isn't really strong. I'll put it on performance mode. Okay, it's still loading. Also, hello everyone who has just joined. I hope Photoshop is not hanging or crashing right now. I think Photoshop has crashed. Oh no. This is not expected. Okay, nothing to worry. I'll just shut it down and open it again. Yep, it's not responding. I'll just close it and reopen Photoshop. Okay, there we go. It's back. Photoshop has saved our file. Now let's do that again. Select subject. Hopefully it doesn't take too long this time. There, oh, yep, there we go. And what you want to do next is click Ctrl+C and then click Ctrl+V, which is copy and paste. Or you can just press Ctrl+J and it just jumps to it. So now you have the original image and the isolated image where it's just the subject and no background. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to filter and we're going to choose liquefy. This will open up a new tab. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Okay, good. And what I'm going to do now is as the name suggests, I am going to liquefy the subject. It's going to look weird, but trust me, trust the process. Make sure to not overdo it though. Alright, I think that's about enough. And you can press OK or just click enter. And once you're done, what you're gonna do is head over to layer mask and click Alt and click on it. And we're almost done. What we have to do now is head over to the brush tool and select one of the special effect brushes. Now the special effect brushes, unlike the regular brushes, are not going to be available in Photoshop, so you might want to head over to the internet to download some. There are plenty of free ones out there, so you shouldn't have a problem finding them. I'm gonna choose, I think I'm gonna choose this one. Okay, now we have the brush, and what we're gonna do is first we're gonna just, oh, it's too light, increase the size, bigger. We're gonna have to repaint the subject back. It's too small still. This process might take a while, depending on the brush you use. For the first part, make sure you focus or prioritize on bringing the main subject back. Like focus on repainting the main subject. I think we're mostly done. And now I think you can resize the brush, and we can apply the particle effects. We can use the brush tool to bring them up. Now this looks like I am being Thanos snapped. And there you have it. We have from this to this. And that's the end of our first tutorial for the Thanos snap effect. It's obviously not perfect, but this is just a live stream, so give me a moment. Oh yes, it's also called the dispersion effect, yes, but I like to call it the Thanos snap effect. Also, if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave it in the live chat. Oh, wait, give me a second. I forgot I can turn on the chat box. Oh, the chat box not working. Damn. Is it Photoshop Premium you're using? There's no such thing as Photoshop Premium. You either have the official licensed version of Photoshop, or you have pirated it, or you have Photoshop Lite, and I do not have Photoshop Lite. What I'm using is the official licensed Photoshop. Damn. I thought I could use the chat box, but it doesn't show the chat. I'm still new to this overlay thing. So, unfortunately, we have an empty chat box. So far only one question. I think it's time we move on to the next tutorial, which will be the Lightroom tutorial. Now this is a personal favorite of mine. This is something that I learned all on my own, Adobe Lightroom. When it comes to Photoshop, I first learned it from school, and I just had to learn by following tutorials. But when it came to Adobe Lightroom, it was something that I genuinely learned on my own. Every single aspect that I've learned of it, I've like slowly learned on my own, and I looked it up online to teach myself more about it. So anyway, enough of me rambling. This is the image we're going to be working with, or possibly I can work on another image after I'm done with this. So Adobe Lightroom, and the image we have over here is a picture of my apartment where I live at. So what we're gonna do is first I'm gonna show you guys the select options for filters that Lightroom provides. If you're not very good at photo editing, like how I used to be, you can rely on these filters. Oh, that's unfortunate. Now Lightroom is not responding. No. Okay, good. It's loading in. Okay, there we go. Sometimes it comes up with good edits, but sometimes it doesn't really hit well. Now this one looks cool. Gives it a edgier vibe. This one gives it a more grander vibe. Just makes it brighter. If you're not good at editing, you can just use one of these filters and it can help you. But we are here not to use the filters. We are here to manually edit it. You can try AI masking using Lightroom since you have sky as the backdrop. Don't worry, we will also be using the masking tool. I don't think the masking is necessarily AI. Does it have a... Okay, this version does not have an AI. Doesn't have an AI version of it. So first, like I said, we're gonna turn this image into a cyberpunk city skyline style image. So first off, what we're gonna do is we're gonna lower the exposure. Exposure in simpler terms is just reducing the brightness. Reducing and increasing the brightness. So we're gonna reduce it a little bit, but not too much to the point where you can't see anything. Just a good amount to dim the lights a little bit. I'm gonna set it to -1.45. The contrast, we're gonna increase it by a slight bit. Highlights, this is increasing the bright parts. Usually I don't recommend messing with the highlights unless you really know what you're doing. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is. Shadows is the opposite of highlights. It brings out the darkness more, so I'm not gonna mess with it. Whites, it's obvious you're messing with the whites. Blacks, it's obvious we're messing with the blacks. So I'm gonna leave those alone for now. Because first of all, this image is not really that high in quality. So messing or editing it too much might make the image a little bit, it might make it a little bit low quality. Okay, temperature. We have only two ways to go. You can either go cool, it makes everything bluish, or you can go warm, it makes everything yellowish. We are going to make it slightly cooler. Maybe -20. And then the tint, you have the green tint, and then you have the pink tint. Oh, we're almost done if we go here. I'm gonna go with the pink tint, since the cyberpunk aesthetic usually has the pink tint in it. Vibrance, you're basically amplifying the colors in the image. I'm gonna increase it just a little bit. Saturation is increasing the color. Similar to vibrance, I don't think I'm going to use it that much. I'm just going to set it to 20. And now for one of the complex parts, we are going to be messing with the colors using the color mixer. Now what we have here is red, orange, yellow, green, light blue, or is it neon blue, blue, purple, and pink. So what these parts, dots, columns, tabs, what they mean is when you mess with them, I guess they mess with the entire color. So if I mess with the hue here, it messes with all the red in the image. Good example is let's say the parking lot here is slightly red. Okay, it's not, so there's nothing red over here, so it's not really affecting anything. Let's go with orange. The parking lot here is a little bit orange. As you can see, it's very subtle, but it's changing the color a little bit. I'm just gonna side it with a little bit of pink. I can saturate it, but if I saturate it too much, it makes it look low quality. We have yellow. Once again, doesn't really have that much of an effect because we don't really have that much yellow in the image. Green, I don't think we even have that much green. And now for the blue, the light greenish neon blue, we don't have that much of it, so I'm gonna leave it like that. And now blue, this one we have plenty. As you can see, it changes all of it in the image. I can make everything purple, or I can make everything go towards a more neon greenish blue hue. but I'm gonna just go slightly on the neon greenish blue. Maybe increase the saturation a little bit. Luminance is just brightness, or giving it a glow effect. Purple. I could go that side, or I can make the pinkish purple stand out more. I'm gonna do that. Increase the saturation a little bit, and a little bit of the luminance. Finally, we have the pink. Oh, weirdly enough, we don't have that much pink. I guess it's overwhelmed by the purple colors. Right, I'm gonna take a small break. I'm gonna read the chat. Lightroom crashes often, does it? It depends on your device. It doesn't crash on my phone, but it crashes on my laptop because my laptop is the storage is almost full, so it crashes once in a while. And my laptop doesn't run well unless it's plugged in, so that's another issue. Next question: can you give some fire editing softwares? Well, Photoshop is a good editing software. Lightroom is also another good one. There are some free options available, but I don't know what they are because I use the official versions. I'm sure if you were to Google Adobe Lightroom and Photoshop alternatives, you will definitely find options. More noise in the pic. I think adding more noise makes it look like dirty or like lower quality. Some images go well with noise, some images do not. Personally, I do not want to add noise to the image. What are the pros of manually editing compared to using one of Lightroom's filters? Well, using Lightroom filters, basically you're giving it a good look, but you do not have that much control. You are just choosing something. Let's put it like this: you're choosing a flavor of a cake. Let's say you want chocolate cake, but you can only choose like 3 options in the bakery, and 3 of those options have like I don't know, a peanut in it, and unfortunately you're allergic to peanut, so you can't really choose it. You don't like it. And manually editing is like baking the cake yourself. It's going to be hard, it's going to be difficult, but you can remove peanut from it, and you can create your own personalized, customized cake, which you will either like or hate. But with enough practice, you can turn that mediocre cake into something that's really, really good. So that's the difference. In the start, it's going to be hard to manually edit, but as you keep editing and keep editing, you will eventually become better at it, and you would get so good to the point where you would not use the filters anymore. Or even better, you will look at the filters as like a cheap copy. In a way, you can get some weird sense of pride in feeling that you can edit better than an AI. So there's that as well. Did you buy the Adobe softwares? No, I have all of these licensed under the MMU student account. So I have them for free for now, but once I graduate, I lose access to all of these. So I am trying to learn as much as I can, especially in Lightroom, until I lose my account. I think Lightroom has a free version, but it's not as good as the premium version. With the premium version or the paid version, you can edit a lot more and add a lot more details. Sweet analogy, thank you. Personal story, I started, when I joined MMU, the only thing they taught us was Photoshop and digital photography. They didn't really teach us that much. They only taught us the exposure triangle, where it's just aperture, shutter speed, and ISO. They didn't really teach about photo editing. I one day was scrolling through Instagram and I found a short reel where they were talking about Adobe Lightroom, and I realized that I had the Adobe account, the Adobe suite, and I realized that I had the app in it, and then I just started using the filters to edit pictures. The first picture I ever edited was a picture of like a jewel, a fake jewel that my friend had, and I just like added a filter on it. I think I can find it here. No, it's not here. Never mind. It was a picture of a jewel, and I just applied a filter on it, and then I started making photography into my hobby. And I kept using the app because there's nothing much to do in the hostel. So I just kept using it and kept using it. Eventually, I realized that I really liked photo editing in Lightroom. It's really fun. It's really interesting. It's a good learning experience, and it's a good way to pass the time. And eventually, I wouldn't say I'm good at photo editing. I would say that I'm okay, or I'm not bad. So that's how I started my Lightroom journey, I guess. I started like in 2023, late 2023. Would you recommend to buy it? Is it worth the price? Okay, this is a little personal. I wouldn't really recommend pirating, but Adobe charges too much. I think you have to pay a few hundred a month for the Adobe suite. And I would understand if that few hundreds was just a one-time purchase, but it's a few hundred a month subscription. It is not a purchase, which means you will be spending thousands of ringgit or dollars. You'll be spending thousands of dollars in a few years just for the apps when you can just pirate them. Now, I do not recommend pirating, but when it comes to Adobe, it's yeah. In short, it is not worth the price. It is definitely not worth the price. Okay, forget what I said. Do not pirate the app. Instead, find for a free alternative. Alright, so let's finish up this editing. We're pretty much done actually. Now this is I'm sorry if you can hear the background sounds. This is the part where it gets a little bit complicated, where I'm still learning. We have the texture. You can increase detail, I guess. But if your image is not like high quality enough, it would look a little bit weird. Or you can like decrease the texture and make the image have this cloudy effect, I guess. This gloomy cloudy effect. Same goes for clarity. Honestly, I don't really have that much info on clarity, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. Dehaze. No, I still don't have much of an idea on dehaze. And we have the vignette. We add these like borders. If you set to negative, they turn dark. If you go to positive, they turn white. I'm gonna add a little bit of the dark one. And here we have the grain. Like I said, I do not recommend using grain. I do not like using grain, so I'll just not use it. Here we have the lens blur. I do not think it suits this image because there's not much of a subject on here. It's just a building. So I would recommend just leaving it alone. Actually, I think we're pretty much done with this image. Yeah, we're done. So let's see how it was. Wait. Whoa, that's the wrong one. With this. Oh. How do I? Oh man, I can't. You can't see the before. Oh, there we go. This is the before, the after. Before, after. Looks neat, huh? You can turn something boring looking into something nice looking. Oh wait, we have the mask option. For the masks, I guess we can edit the sky. just click mask and click edit sky, and Lightroom should select the sky on its own. There we go, it has selected the sky, but unfortunately it has also selected a little bit of the building. Here you can like individually edit it. I can make the sky brighter and more contrast if I want to, or I can just like straight up mess with the colors of the sky. I can have like a red sky, green, purple, pink sky, have the eclipse. Let's give it what looks good. I guess a purple sky will look nice. Purple or pink sky? I think purple sky. Yeah, this one looks good enough. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it too much. It's or maybe I might even like remove the mask because it's affecting the building. I don't know if I want to add this. I guess for this tutorial I'll add it, but personally I would not add it in. What's a mask option? Mask is basically, in simpler terms, you're applying a mask in front of something. Give me a sec. I'll show it through example. Maybe I need to find something else. Let's see. I'll choose this image of a car. This let me find the original image. This is an image that I used the mask on. Alright, there it is. That's the original. So this was the original image, and this was after I edited it. It is want to show. Okay, there we go. That's after editing. So so let's let me just quickly edit this for you. We're gonna lower the exposure, but not too much. Maybe to 164, 168. Contrast a little bit. Highlights. No, not really gonna touch the highlights. Shadows, maybe decrease it a little bit. Whites, not gonna touch the whites. Blacks, we're gonna decrease the blacks. Temperature, we're gonna make it cool, or we're gonna make it warm. No, we're gonna make it a little bit cool because it's snowing. A little bit of a pink hue. Vibrance, increase the vibrance a little bit, not too much. Same for the saturation. No, that's too much. Okay, decrease the vibrance a little bit. And now we're gonna mess with the colors. There's not much red in here, so we're gonna leave it alone. Orange. It's a little bit of orange. We can turn it yellow or we can turn it purple. Oh, that's too much. Yellow, we have yellow, we can turn it orange or green. I'll make it orange. Green, we do not have green. Neon blue, we do not have neon blue. We have blue though. We can turn everything purple. But we've been doing that too much, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. We can edit the purples, make it blue or more purple. I'm just gonna make it a little bit purple, like 9. And for the pink, it only affects the sign on the back, so we're just gonna leave it alone. Okay, now to answer your question on masking. So there are several types of masks. Usually these are the ones that Lightroom chooses for you. If you click sky, it'll edit the sky. Background, same thing. Background, subject. What we're gonna do is we're gonna create a radial gradient mask. It creates like a circle. So okay, here we go. A mask is basically you're applying a mask, and what you do to it is you apply the effects up on the mask. Get what I mean? It's like you're face painting, but you're only face painting on a mask. It doesn't really affect the main image. So if you were to do an edit on the entire image, it would affect everything, And if you want to like single out an effect, you can use a mask. Like for example, I made everything purplish, right? If I use a mask, I can change the headlight into something green or greenish. Get what I mean? You're basically singling it. Is that the word? You're basically isolating the effect. That's what a mask really is. So what we're gonna do with our mask is we're gonna create a glow effect. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna increase the exposure. Can you see how it's taking into effect? Now it looks like the light is like really shining. Increase the contrast or decrease it. Okay, I'll increase a little bit. Highlights. Don't make it too bright, otherwise it'll affect the quality of the image. I'm just gonna go straight to temperature. For the headlights, I'm gonna give them a more yellowish tint because they are warm. Not much of a tint, maybe a little bit of saturation. Maybe I want to increase the range of it. And we're pretty much done for that mask. We can add another one. Another radial gradient for the other headlight. We apply it here. Make it up. Oh, is it already? Oh, it's the same one. I just added another one under the same mask. So the effect automatically applies. So yeah, that's what a mask really is. Masking is the next step in photo editing, where you want to single out and edit. You want to isolate and edit. Masking really helps. Or for example, you want to... I can't use human subjects, so unless it's myself. Let me find another example. Okay, I'll choose this one. This is an image of me playing pool or snooker. So we have the linear gradient, where it just works in a, you guessed it, a linear line. This one works when you want to create like a sunlight effect, I guess. But this is indoor, so it doesn't really work. But I'm just using this as an example. So let's see. We put it like this. It works like a sunlight, I guess. You increase the exposure. Now it looks like light is shining upon me. Okay, what I mean? Give it a little bit of warmth to give a more lighting effect. So that's what a linear gradient is. Linear gradient mask, I mean. There's another mask. Oh, it's lagging. Uh-oh. You said you study photography. What camera you use for your assignments, and can you suggest any budget camera recommendations? Good question. I think personally I use the Canon EOS M50 Mark II. That camera is decent enough for like regular photography, but I have the one that has the kit lens, which means it's the stock lens. I can't really zoom in that much. That camera is decent. It's affordable. It's good for a beginner. But the lens, I would recommend upgrading it. There are many other cameras out there, but I really recommend doing your research on what type of pictures you really want to take before like getting a camera, because it's very easy to just dump a lot of money on a camera because it looks cool or the photos it creates looks cool. Now remember, there's nothing wrong with having like a budget camera or a cheap camera or just using your phone. The camera is a tool, the tool that your eye uses to capture a piece of art. If you have a very good camera, in a sense you're letting the camera do all the work. So unless you really know what you're doing, I would suggest just getting a regular budget camera, or you can get a second-hand camera. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of cameramen out there who are used. They are like used to using their old cameras and they want to upgrade to the next one and they want to sell their old cameras. I'm sure you can like get one of them online, like a second-hand one. Where do I study? I study in MMU. So yeah, when it comes to cameras, I would recommend the M50 Mark II. Canon is a good brand. What's the other brand? Nikon? Yeah, Nikon is another brand. What? Nikon. Sorry. Nikon because Japanese. And Sony. I would recommend Canon because it's the most like available, the most mainstream camera out there. But make sure you do not let the shopkeepers make you overspend. Make sure you know what you want your camera to do first, and then it should come naturally to you. Now take note, I'm still a beginner, so my recommendations can't go that far. So let's see, another mask. Let's add another one, a new mask. We have the brush mask. This one is the simplest one. You're basically coloring something. Let's say let me just color the pull rod, I guess. You can't really see it, but it's there. You're just like coloring it, and then you can like mask or edit whatever you just colored. That's the brush mask. Can't really see much of the edit though. But you can kind of see the effect. Maybe I'll put like squiggly over here. Can you see it? See? You can just like color on top. But I'm gonna remove that. What camera you guys used? The images that I'm showing here are like made with I've captured by my phone. The photos that I capture with my camera has faces that I do not want to show. Faces of family members that I do not want to show on the channel. So unfortunately, we're gonna stay with the phone pictures. Wait a minute, actually, this image, the image that we saw before this, the one that I used on the Photoshop, this image was taken with my camera. It's kind of clean. Not too clean. There isn't much to edit here though. Oh, what I can do is how to remove this. I can select subject and it'll automatically select me. I think it's already selected. Oh, yeah, this I've already edited this. This was the actual original image, I think. Yeah, this was the original. See, this is what I mean. You can take a bad picture, a picture that's really dim like this, and with editing you can make it look, somewhat presentable. I turned a bad looking picture like this with my camera, and I didn't have experience with my cameras. That's why the picture is really dim. I turned it from this into this. Who's this handsome guy? This is me. Thank you. You're making me blush. Damn, we've been streaming for 45 minutes. So yeah, I think we can kind of call it a day. We maybe should have a Q&A session. You guys can ask me some questions and I can like give more answers to you guys, and then we can wrap this up and we can call it a night.
Personal questions are welcome.
No. I can show you guys like previous edits that I made.
Ask what is the purpose of doing this live broadcast?
What is the purpose of doing this live broadcast? I guess to show you guys what we at Iris Core represent. What are the things that we do and what we stand for, which is like photo editing or photo manipulation in a sense as well. This is an image that I took a long time ago. It was last year. And I think I edited it on my own. I turned this boring image, not really that boring, I turned it more aesthetic-ish. There's another one here. I think it's the same image, but I just turned it darker. There's another one here as well. This is the original. I think I use this one. I used a filter, and as you can see, it's January 11th. This was when I was experimenting with filters, and as I got some knowledge in Lightroom, I eventually edited it on my own. So from the filter to the one to like manual editing. Would this be a series from your YouTube channel? Possibly. It's possible. Let me find for more edits. This is an example of an image that's pretty low in quality. As you can see, me editing it made it a little bit worse. Oh, that's me. This is the original. And after I edited it, I made it look aesthetic-ish, I guess. This one has more of a green hint. This one is the manual edit. And this one is just it's just a walkway at my hostel. I turned it from this into this. I was really bored at night, so. Would your group mates be featured in one of your future live streams too? They are too shy. Come here. Say hi.
Hi guys.
He's too shy. So maybe not. Not confirmed. And here's another simple edit. This is the Changi Airport. Changi, right? Yeah. Changi Airport. There's a Christmas tree. I was bored again, so I turned this old Christmas tree into something more vibrant. I don't know if I used a filter though. Maybe I did. No, I did not. This is manually edited because you can see that the trees in the background are blurred out. So it's manually edited. I would say I did quite a good job, but I accidentally blurred out the star as well. Not bad, I would say. Not bad. And this is a bird. It's not the correct one. This is the correct one. I turned this into that. It's pretty easy. So it's been like about almost 50 minutes. I think we can call it a day. Or maybe I'll just do one quick tutorial on this one and then we can call it a day. I will teach you guys how to turn something normal like this into something stunning like this. It just has to do with exposure. So first, what you're gonna do, excuse me, you're gonna tone down the exposure as I usually do. Turn on the contrast. Don't really have to manipulate the highlights, maybe the shadows, but it doesn't really affect that much, so maybe leave it alone. Blacks, not really. Temperature, we're gonna make it cooler. Tint, gonna go for the, let's give it a more green tint this time. We've went with the pink one a little bit too much. Increase the vibrance. It brings out the green from the plants. Saturation a little bit, not too much. And then let's mess around with the color mixer. There's no reds here, so leave it alone. Maybe there's an orange. There's no orange here. Yellow, mess around with the yellow. The bird is yellow, so we're gonna move it over there. Turn it orange, I think. No, it did not. And now the green. Maybe give it a blue tint. A little bit of a blue tint. Increase the saturation for that. Luminance. A little bit. Ooh. We're not gonna mess with that color. Blue. Oh no, battery's running low. Oh no. We gotta leave that alone. Purple, there's no purple here. And now for the bird. We might want to mask the bird, so I'll just isolate its color like that. Quickly gonna mask, because we're running out of time. Gotta color the bird real quick. And we're gonna change its color to, come on, a little bit of red. You get the idea. My battery's gonna run out. And I guess that you have it. I'm sorry guys, my battery's about to run out, and I guess we can end the stream here. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us on Iris Core. Is 1,500 a good budget for a DSLR, or do you need to add more? I think you need at least 2,500.